なんとかなったみてえだな。神かける。これがスーパーサイヤ人3だ。
All right, fellas, here we go. Ultra half corrupt fusion Zamasu abilities on the web page. Purple melee character. Everyone has been desperately asking for a strong purple character to deal with Frieza. We got Android 13, who does a great job of helping you snuff out Ultra Namek-Goku. So it is perfect that we now have a purple to deal with Frieza, because I dare say one of the more frustrating aspects of the game right now is dealing with Death Beam's crap. So maybe this is the ticket to stabilizing the meta a little bit. Let's be real here, it's not going to happen. It's an Ultra, so let's see what new meta team we got to put up with. Unleash a multitude of debuffs and combo cutting effects. Oh crap. Ultra half corrupt fusion Zamasu joins the fight. Strengths: number 1, auto counter against forward charging ultimate arts and even a rising rush. Nullify element disadvantages when the counter activates, plus deal massive damage as well. They gave him the infamous Ultra Beast Gohan unique gauge, which is super strong, especially in this day and age. I think right now, rising rushes and ultimates are needed in order to do the damage so that you actually win via damage. Fighting against triple Ultra teams, every match goes to timer counts. The person that has this probably just gets a significant advantage. It would give more value to Ultra Namek-Goku's lock-in unique gauge, but they made it so that now if you are locked in from that, you seal strikes, blasts, and blue cards. They know what they're doing. You gotta pray you get that quick little rising rush in. Number 2, powerful combo disrupting effects when in a pinch. If Zamasu is prevented from switching while on the battlefield, seal the enemy strike, blast, and special move arts. You'll even reduce their ki by 30 when hit by an enemy's arts. Number 3, counterattack when defeated. Deal 100% of the damage to standby members and even inflict all enemies with heavy bleed, strong poison, and paralyze. This right here, Did you need to do that? Was this part necessary? I get it. I get it. But at the same time, no. No, I don't know why they felt the need to add the paralysis part, man. We're gonna get some remnants of the Prime Daima meta now with this. At least we got some characters that don't have to deal with paralysis, but there's so few. Having shouldered both the sins of mortals and the failures of the gods, it is time to pass on divine judgment. Alright, here we go. Purple, of course. Z ability is future and powerful opponent. Add Z ability 3, also buff the ultimate and awaken damage for future characters. Strike attack and strike a defense. Ultra ability is the same as every other Ultra, except for his Ultra ability it's for future characters, making it very easy for this guy to get proper characters on his side. Strike cards have blast armor, so charge him not fear the enemy's blast. There's even a chance to inflict feint on hit. Wow. They didn't give it to the tag switch 14 and 15. No, they gave it to CMZ. Is this the Dokkan equivalent of the AGL Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta getting Dragon Fist KO screen and not the STR one? Is that what this is? He took the 5% chance to inflict feint. Blast attack is just willy-nilly normal blast. Blue card. Reduce the enemy's Dragon Balls up to 2 times on activation. You'll even inflict heavy bleed and strong poison on hit. Massive damage, impact damage. On activation, special move damage plus 60%. Enemy Dragon Balls -1. The fact that it's on activation is unbelievably powerful. Normally you gotta hit the damn thing, but no. Zamasu just has to chuck it. So even if he misses, you know how sometimes you deliberately drop with the blue to force a vanish? Sometimes, if your opponent is keen, they'll know what you're doing, and they'll chuck a rush to counter your intended rush, but because they're first, you get hit. They just do a ultimate no you. This prevents that. Now, the opponent can't smack you with the rush. That's very strong. On hit, inflict enemy with heavy bleed and strong poison, blast armor, and its melee-based charges forward. Green card, protect your hand on activation and nullify cover changes on hit. So on activation, you get 30% damage inflicted, protect hand and ki plus 50. On hit, you draw a strike and you nullify cover change. This is comboable with any move. I actually thought this was a counter green. It kind of looked like Vegito was flying in and he popped the green card to go into stance. But it looks like this is just a just pop the green and chain into it stuff. Ultimate, on hit, destroy enemy's entire hand to prevent all enemies from switching. Supreme damage. On activation, ultimate damage plus 50% and nullify endurance. On hit, destroy enemy's entire hand and prevent all enemy switching. Meaning you can hit them with the ult, initiate with a blast, and your opponent has no choice but to vanish because their entire hand was just deleted, and then you hit them with a rush or an overdrive. That's scary. If your opponent does not get prepped with the tap attack, or they don't have high card draw speed, or they don't have protect card, they're vulnerable to getting destroyed by this. That's scary. Main ability, recover a large amount of health and draw both a special arts and ultimate arts. Destroy 2 cards and draw 1 of each, the green card and the ultimate. Heal 40%, ki plus 40, damage plus 30% for 30 counts, and cancel attribute downgrades under normal conditions. 25 timer counts have to elapse, so it's not a fast one. Starter ability. With a -2 reduction to sub counts on switch, it will be easier to get this character back out into battle. 300% damage, 200% damage guard, key recovery plus 50%, level 1 card draw speed, and sub counts on switch -2. Unique ability. When defeated, deal major damage to the enemy and inflict all enemies with heavy bleed, strong poison, and paralysis. If you're on the battlefield and the enemy prevents you from switching, you'll seal their strikes, blasts, and blue cards. Just being hit by an enemy's arts will even reduce their ki by 30. This character is excellent at stopping combos. When your health is 50% or lower, ally sub counts will be reduced. Switch out to an ally when things are looking grim. Final counter, deal major damage to the enemy. Also deals 100% of the damage to enemy standby members. Everyone gets hit with heavy bleed, strong poison, and paralysis. This right here, by the way, is still really strong. This little tick damage adds up very fast. It's one of those things that people don't think about, but it can hurt. On battlefield entry, draw 1 card of hand as 3 or fewer, get 30 ki. Type neutral damage received, pretty damn strong. We do have some rather strong yellows. Haha, hee hee. Nullify attribute downgrades, really strong in this meta, and all enemy draw speed -1, really good too. On arts card use, activation reset on switch, unique gauge plus 20%, damage plus 30, that's a lot, and 5 timer counts of cover null. When hit by an enemy's arts attack, damage guard plus 30% and enemy ki -30. Also, if your health is 50% or lower, unique gauge charge rate plus 200%, ally subcount -2, destroy 2 enemy cards 1 time, activation reset on switch. I wonder if this is a callback to the old LF Corrupt Murzumasu, because that guy, first of all, his unique equip, whenever his HP fell below a certain threshold, gave him a significant amount of healing to help with his sustain. But he was also a character that was healing a lot, but had a cap again. I think it was 70%, I think. He was always about, you know, he's somewhat of a glass cannon, but he's able to regenerate himself back to a respectable amount of health. I wonder if this is meant to be a callback to that, you know, in this meta. Oh, his HP fell below a threshold. We're going to have him have stronger disruptive effects, but he can work his way back up there. When he's on the field and allies prevented from switching 2 times, seal enemy strike blast special move arts. This is going to piss off everybody. While he's not defeated and the enemy activates an ultimate, awaken arts of rising rush, subcount -10, cancel enemy buff effects 1 time. Cover change, strike cover change, chain 1 with the blue. Unique gauge. The unique gauge starts as a counter type. Sumasu can activate a counter that deals massive damage against an enemy's forward charging ultimate arts, awaken arts, or rising rush. Get a boost to critical rate and nullify element disadvantages when you fill the gauge up to max or the auto counter activates. After activating the auto counter, the gauge will become a time type and you can continue to get the effects by filling it to max. Alright, starts as a counter type. Auto counter type B. When hit by a counterable attack, you deal massive damage to the enemy, so a rising rush or a forward charging ultimate, and it switches to time type, or a rush. When the unique gauge becomes full or an auto counter activates, you get 20% of your health, ki plus 30, crit rate plus 20%, draw speed plus 1, type neutral, nullify attribute downgrades under normal conditions, and cancels attribute downgrades. This is scary. He really is a super juiced beast Gohan. Look at this. He lowers his own sub count by 10 and cancels enemy buff effects. This is important because a lot of characters have the the effect of preventing unique cover change effects from happening. I believe Ultra Cell has it. Yellow Goku Black applies it, and I think there's one more character that has it, but it's a little bit obscure or niche. Him taking away the buff means that if the opponent uses that ultimate, like Cell, you can go into this guy and hit him with the auto counter. I'll have to double check if it says cannot be canceled on any of those characters, but the fact that he can pair the two together is spooky. Basically, rushes and ultimates are going to be boxed out by this guy. That's crazy. The only few characters that actually will be able to take advantage of that are characters with lock-ins, but they've done a great effort at making sure that if you do lock me in, it's not going to be so easy for you to kill me, because one, the character has comfortable ways of type neutral damage received, and number two, he's going to make it so that you can't even combo into him. So what's the likelihood of an Ultra Namek Goku ultimate one-shotting this guy, or like instant transmission Goku? Not a lot. The unique gauge has multiple ways of charging very fast, even though it's a time type, and him getting crit rate, draw speed, type neutral is scary. It charges while he's on the field. Okay, that's good. So it's not him being on standby, which is plenty. He's got to be on the field, but I guess the fact that he can charge it up so many times is no problem. Consumed entirely on auto counter activation and entirely when the unique gauge is full. Wow, okay, let's start off by saying this guy is at a minimum a top 5 character. Why? Because he's a friggin' Ultra. If you're an Ultra, boom, by default, you're like one of the best characters in the game. The question now becomes, is what Zamasu does better than what the already Ultra characters do? In my opinion, I think he's above Ultra Namek Goku, simply because of the final counter paired alongside the damn sub-count manipulation and him boxing out Rising Rush and ultimate arts. So from there, that automatically makes him top 4. Is he better than Vegeta? Is he better than Frieza? Is he better than Vegeta? Is he better than Frieza? Is he better than Vegeta? Is he better than Frieza? That's going to be tough. That's going to be one of those things where you got to play the game. Like, we've had purple characters before. Frieza didn't give a damn. I don't know. He's definitely top 3 at a minimum. Is he better than Vegeta or Frieza? You're only going to figure that out in practice by actually fighting those characters. But him, by default, being purple makes him a very scary character against Frieza. And then Vegeta's little sniping thing is probably one of the few things that will help you actually kill this damn character. So I don't know. Top 3 at a minimum. Dangerous character. Going to be annoying, but let's be realistic here. No matter how we grade these damn characters, they don't do enough to deter you from running them together. So odds are you guys are going to see this guy with Frieza. Even though Frieza is ranged and this guy is melee based, who cares? Who cares? So you guys let me know in the comment section below how you feel about this guy. Are you ready to fight him? Are you going to be summoning for him? I've seen some comments saying that they're saving for Fest, but they love CMZ, so they're going to summon for him. You let me know in the comment section below. But until next time, guys, peace.